I am MORFRAN ap Tigid, Knight of the Round Table, Defender of Cymru, Scourge of the Angles and the Saxon invaders, and one of the 7 survivors of that fatal battle of Camlan. I am also the one called so ugly that it is repugnant to refuse me anything. The one whom none would strike in battle, for they feared to attack a demon. Furred of face like a stag. Evil and dark and vicious and malevolent. For my ill form and nothing beside was I derided, though I fought and acted with valor and nobility as any other knight of Arthur. My mother, Ceridwen, loved me despite my appearance. After I was burned by the cooking fire beneath her cauldron, she wrapped me in linen bandages that kept the salves and ointments she concocted in place while my scars healed. When I woke, screaming in the night with memories of the fire, she took me up in her arms, and she comforted me with words and song. When I was 14, Ceridwen decided that she would change me into a noble, handsome, well-spoken courtier with a gift of foresight. She set about the task of repairing the broken, charred MORFRAN so that the world could accept me. My mother was particularly suited to this task, being an enchantress of great knowledge of medicines and magics. She gathered the plants that she would need and placed them in her cauldron. Then she instructed my foster brother, Gweonbach, to stir the cauldron every night and every day for a full year. Thus completed, the spell would heal my body and make me noble and fair to the eye. But my father, the giant Tigid, spoke no resistance to Ceridwen's plan. My sister, the fair-born Crary, watched my mother and learned from her spellcraft and merely hoped that it would help. Neither took of themselves to aid me. The day came when the potion would be ready, and my mother Ceridwen called the family to assemble. Just before we did, 3 drops of the spell sputtered out of the cauldron and landed on Gweonbach's hand, which he licked to stop the burning. Instantly, through newfound wisdom, he realized that he had made a grave error, and that he must flee my mother, Ceridwen. He became a rabbit, but she became a hound. Next, he was a fish, but she an otter. Now he was a wren, and she a hawk who was about to kill him. They crashed into a farmyard covered in scattered wheat kernels, and Gweonbach became one, as Ceridwen became a black chicken. She found him, and she ate him. Meanwhile, the cauldron burst, and outpoured a poison so powerful and foul that it slew all of our neighbors' horses when they drank from the stream. Ceridwen, exhausted after her pursuit of Gweonbach, had no words for us, her family, when she returned. Dejected and defeated, she retired. 9 months passed on, and Ceridwen gave birth to Gweonbach, who was such a beautiful baby, so perfect that despite her rage and anger for him, she could not kill him. So she put him in a leather sack and tied it and threw it into the ocean. It washed ashore and was found by a prince of Wales, Elphin, and he and his father Gwythno raised Gweonbach and called him Taliesin. He became a great poet and an advisor to the royal court. I lived on and grew in mind and strength, but remained hideous to friend and foe alike. I learned to ignore the ceaseless taunts and jeers, and I was proud to be accepted into the knighthood and honored for my bravery. One day I met Taliesin while we were at court, and he thanked me for my kindness towards him while he was Gwion Bok, the potion stirrer and my foster brother. He treated me with honor and wrote poems about me that told of more than my hideous face and ill-born appearance. When I was with him, I felt wise and noble, and I was truly glad for that shining-browed brother and child of Caridwen the Enchantress.